pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call. John,
here.
Dale, Mark,
here.
Sean,
Here.
Troy's here. Alrighty. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Moved by Dale to approve the agenda as presented. Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mark. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, Stacy emailed me Sunday night. Said she had a counter offer from the McCardles. What they're proposing is an $11,000 payment at closing and $11,000 principal payment 12 months from now with 3% interest. I didn't calculate that. And another $11,000 principal payment with 3% interest the following year. So this thing would go on for 24 months instead of 12.
So it got worse.
Well, I don't know if it got worse. The down payment almost doubled. So it isn't going to make a hill of beans of difference from a financial standpoint. The only question is whether we want to be in the thing for 24 months. And then we had some discussion at the prior meeting regarding the thing not being on the real estate taxes for a year. Now it'll be 2 years. But typically I think the city abates for 5 on a new business.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Do they? Cooper?
Yeah.
That's
I know they have.
Not anymore. Remember, that used to get picked up by the legislature to say, or by the state, the same as the senior citizens and the veterans. And that they don't do that anymore.
Are you sure that was picked up by the state?
I believe so.
I can't say. I mean, I just know that a lot of these businesses that
Used to don't do it. Yeah.
started up.
I think that was part of that same program. I'm not sure.
Anyway.
I don't know. I feel we already accepted a price $7,000 lower than we did. We're financing it at a ridiculously low interest rate. I think we should just stick to our original plan, $10,000 down and balanced in a year at 3%. But that's just me. But
I've even had second thoughts on that. After I got to think about it a while, it's me, but I don't think the government entity should be in the financing business. Here's why. So now we've set a precedent.
Exactly.
So what happens when we have to sell someone's property because of taxes, and they come to us and say, well, we'd like to buy it back, will you finance it?
We've already set precedent on that. We've said no before.
But we're breaking precedent by doing this, in my estimation.
It's not the same situation.
No, it's not. It is not.
it's not tax property, it's our property, I guess. That's the only difference.
Tax property is our property.
Well, but I mean, we already owned it, not because of a foreclosure on taxes,
Right.
but
Right.
So from a philosophical standpoint, I'm not in favor of financing any of it anymore. But that's me.
no, I thought about that too. I wasn't thinking maybe that was such a great idea either.
I don't really like it, but I don't really want to own that building.
No, I know.
There's more risk in that than there is in not owning it, I think.
Well, I
It's up
agree.
to you guys.
I agree, but again, it's just from a precedent standpoint, we, on the other side of it, we were very adamant that the county wasn't going to enter into and borrow any money for the county, and then on the other, then we turn it around and become the lender. I don't know if that's such a wise decision. I think it's a road that we go down. That how do you say no? The next time someone asks, how do you say no? You're different. We can't do it for you, but we did it for somebody else. I just don't know how you justify that.
Well, the acquisition would be under different circumstances. That's what, I mean, I wouldn't have trouble justifying that.
I mean, properties can take a long time to move. But,
It's taken a while already.
yeah, it can take a long,
That's
it
the
can
problem.
take a long time.
So what do we pay a month? I mean, it's being heated, of course.
Mhm. We pay the minimum for the city, and I didn't look up what we pay for heat on that, so. But the water's shut off and everything, so we just have to pay the minimum fee for the city.
So it's costing us $250 a month though on that thing, plus snow removal.
No, I agree.
If they could just go and borrow money someplace else or do whatever, it'd be a lot easier deal.
I agree 100%.
And of course, the other thing to think about is, so we sell it, what do we do with the revenue? The revenue in a government entity never becomes used for something useful, because it becomes free money and is used to buy something over and above what had been bought with the budget.
I thought about that today, and the first thing I do with it is put against the new courthouse tax increase, because that was bought.
Can't. The only way to do that is buy down the bonds, and they're not for sale yet. Right?
Or levy less,
Can't.
put it in that account and levy less.
No.
I know
But there probably is something to do with it, but you see the problem.
Oh, sure, you
It's,
just,
it's,
you sell that and then you buy something that you don't really need.
right, so if we're gonna own
like a
something-
bobcat.
Just not the same kind of money, is it?
If we're gonna own something we don't really need, maybe we already own it. And maybe there is a use for it sometime, or maybe there is a sale for it sometime, I don't know. From a policy standpoint, I think it's just a bad idea to get into that, into being a lender or in a government entity.
I don't like it. The problem is, well, the other option is
Yeah. How long?
But we don't have rental property either. I mean, it's all stinks.
no, I get it. I wish we didn't own it, but we do.
Well, I mean, that's why typically things go out in bids and they
You get what you get.
get what you get. It's not the best financially, usually, for the entity, but it sure preserves the status quo.
Mm-hmm.
No, it accomplishes.
And we not a lender be. But I can see both sides of it. Only someone around here was in the banking business.
Kind of like a risk taker guy.
Yeah. They're not risk takers, they're risk managers.
Yeah. Risk takers go to Vegas. Risk managers own Vegas.
That is the truth.
Well, we can counter again. Let's propose to them that,
They just write a check for it and be done. That's $33,000 cash and be done with it.
30?
30?
30?
yeah,
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said 33, I think, but I didn't.
Oh, 33, okay.
yeah.
I thought you were gonna lower the price and
Oh.
not do the financing
Yeah.
and be done with it and
Oh.
gone ski.
I think we could get 30 cash. I'd be in favor of that.
That would. Yeah. I mean, if you figure though,
And then it'd be on.
we gotta keep paying utilities and crap on the thing.
Yeah.
That would resolve your concerns if that's
Yep.
something that you'd be comfortable doing.
Yeah. Only one way to find out.
No? Well, that's correct.
Is that a motion?
I guess I'll make that motion.
Second.
Been moved by Mark, seconded by Sean, that we counter.
Final.
Final, yeah, we're not doing this back and forth.
No.
That's it.
$30,000 cash payment at closing in lieu of financing.
Yep.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. John?
Aye.
Dale?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Troy votes aye. Motion carries.
Motion to adjourn.
Been moved by John to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dale. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned at 3:55 p.m. Next meeting will be March 8th at 2:30 p.m. in this room.